Diane McInerney. She is she is the correspondent for Inside Edition, anchor of Inside Edition Weekend. Thank you for coming in, girl. It's great to see you.
Thank you for having me, Joe.
So yeah. Let me just full transparency. We met out at our friend Joe Farrell's house, right?
Yes, but the first time
When was this?
Oh, well, we go way back, Joe.
Well,
We got quite the history.
and-
When I was a reporter at Fox 5, this is going back. I've been with Inside Edition now for 16 years.
And where was
before
I?
that,
Where was I in?
We were at Giant Stadium. And
I
I was
remember
doing,
that.
yes,
Oh
a
my
story on you and your amazing charity. We went live there. And you were so grateful and so sweet and kind to me and my crew. And then we bumped into each other.
Just like that.
Yes, you are. And we bumped into each other at Yankee Stadium before Farrell's house.
That's
Before
right,
that
that's
fundraiser.
right.
Yes, it was like 6 months ago. We bumped into each other at Yankee Stadium.
For the mayor's birthday party
Yeah,
was up
that's
there.
right, in the Steinbrenner suite.
And then we were
was a
out
lot of
there
fun.
out in the Hamptons. And then we
Yes,
saw
and then we
us-
bumped into each other again.
Okay, see? So then I saw last time you said, come see me at Inside Edition. And
Yes.
I went. Now I got, you see, I ripped my meniscus in my knee, I think, because I do these splits on stage. It's a long story. I get crazy. When I get on stage, I do these splits. So I'm limping around. And then you said, come check out Inside Edition. I'm a broadcast freak. I want to say, you do that live, which I
Yes.
love.
Yeah,
I'm a
we go
live guy.
We go live every day. We go live Monday through Friday, 3 o'clock, because we're syndicated, so we're seen around the country. And we have stations that actually take us live at that time. So we have to go live between 3 and 3:30, and then we redo the show again with all the updates because we
Yeah.
have later feeds.
Yeah,
And in
yeah.
New York and New Jersey, we air at 7 o'clock at night on CBS Channel 2.
So, but it was great because I'm like a broadcast, aficionado. CBS, Diane, it was Walter Cronkite, Edward
I
R.
know.
Murrow. You're too young. Edward R. Murrow was in there.
Yes, yes.
All of William Paley started down there, 57th Street.
Yes.
So I'm over there, I'm limping in, and I went in, and then I said, and then everybody was in there, and then I'm watching. You had a green screen behind you.
Yes.
And they just shot it live as live can be. And I'm such a geek. I went into the control room too to watch it.
That's fun in there.
Yeah, I had to
That's where
watch
the
it.
action happens.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, I don't want to say anything. You were flawless on air, but you were because I'm a live guy.
Aw,
You know,
thank
because you can't.
Thank you.
You're on the clock now because
Yes.
you're live
I'm a
like that.
slave
Yeah.
to the clock.
And then you had those guys that were the floor director.
Oh, Wayne.
Yeah.
He's our stage manager.
He looked he might have been there when Edward R. Murrow was there. I think
I don't
he
know
was.
about that. He was definitely there before. Deborah Norval's been there. She's been our main anchor for
Yeah,
years
yeah.
now, and she came after Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly was actually the anchor
Oh my
before Deborah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Bill's new book. He sent me the book. It's a great book, by the way. United States of Trump.
Yes,
It's a great book.
Yes, that's right.
But it's not out
Yeah.
yet, and
No,
I
it's
shouldn't. I don't
coming
know if I'm
out.
supposed to say that, but it's a great
It's
book. I
coming
got
out.
into
It's coming out in
it. Bill
September.
O'Reilly did Inside
Yeah.
Edition. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that's
he
where I
was
met him too.
Yeah, he was on Inside Edition before Deborah Norval. Deborah Norval's amazing, by the way.
No, you're amazing, by
Well,
the way.
thank you. No, but Deborah Norval is like a little bit
Is it
of
warm in the studio, Al?
Deborah
A little
Norval's a
bit.
little bit of Martha Stewart and Dr. Phil and a little Joe Piscopo.
I like
all
to,
rolled into
I like
one.
to embarrass him. Just a little bit.
So
Take a breath.
Have you met Deborah? Have you met her? If you haven't, you need to. I'm going to ask her to knit you a hat. She's like a huge knitter. She's amazing. No,
Aldi's-
really,
Aldi's
seriously.
hat.
She has her own yarn line. She does.
is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, she's a great gal. I have met her.
Yeah.
You know, I met everybody. I've been around forever. Tell us where you started now, Irish girl.
Well, they plucked me off a farm on Long Island. That's what my former news director used to say at Fox 5.
Were you were brought up in Long Island? I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
should know.
Queens,
this.
Queens,
Oh,
on
look
Long
at
Island,
you.
yeah. I'm a Queens girl.
Look at
Yeah, Kew
this.
Gardens, Richmond Hill. I
Yeah.
went to. How much time do we have?
You know what?
Because I'm quite the talker.
Much time as you need, kids.
Oh, here we go.
Much time as you need. There is no clock in
It's
this
funny,
studio
you know,
right now.
I used to be the weekend anchor over at News 12 Long Island. Do you say things just to crack yourself up? You're like me.
No. It's actually crack Al up. Al and I are like two little high school
long
kids.
have
We're
you
5-year-olds.
Yeah,
We've been working together for 6 years, but it feels
Frank's
like
the
40.
producer. Five Boroughs is the
Hi,
music.
Frank.
I think the show is going swimmingly.
Is it?
Better than it has in quite
Is that
some
a good-
time.
is that a-
I'm sorry,
Absolutely.
what's your name? And
Irene!
hi, Irene. How are you? They just say, just Irish people. Irene, I love that.
Irene is our publicist at Inside Edition, and she's amazing.
The show, by the way, I want to go back to
Yes.
how you started because I love it.
Yes.
And I have such immense respect for you that you execute
thank
that live
you.
television like that. I keep
Thank
going
you.
to that. I'm telling you, it's awesome. These
Thank
guys,
you.
you know what? They're knuckleheads, but you know what? They're great broadcasters, and I respect that. Respect that.
I have to say, well, it's when you were there yesterday behind that big green
Yeah,
screen. That's where like the Wizard of Oz
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Because it's
Oh,
the
I
team.
got-
It's the team.
Oh,
It's
I got
the
a
team
great
behind us.
shot too. I got to get to Matt
They make the
Conklin.
magic
Tweet it out. I took a picture of you with the cameras with you in the background. You look great. Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, thank you.
We were supposed to not use our phones. I did. But Inside Edition, that's a great show because I haven't watched it. You know, only if Diane's on. But no, I'm only kidding. I haven't. It's got good. It's current. It's quick. I like the way it just keeps flying.
The #1 news magazine show in
What?
America.
Is that right?
That's right.
I tell you, and the director was great. I watched him go
Chuck?
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
was great. It
fantastic.
was quick, calling shots.
Yes.
So you were in Long Island.
Yeah, so I grew up in Queens. My parents were off the boat from Ireland. My mom's from County Galway. My dad's from County
I want to go there. I love it.
Clare.
I love it.
And I grew up in Queens, and then my parents moved to Floral Park after I graduated, after 8th grade, after I graduated from Holy Child Jesus, and then I went to Mary Lou's Academy.
Wait. You let that. Where'd you go graduate from?
I went to Holy Child Jesus Elementary School.
Praise
It's in
Jesus.
Queens.
Praise Jesus, Al. See? A beautiful girl like this goes to
Right.
Jesus. It was a
That's
Catholic
great.
school like that? You went to
Oh,
Holy-
yeah, Catholic school my entire life. because,
Gosh.
yeah, my parents just wanted to make sure that I was a good Catholic girl, and I still am today. Obviously.
Yeah.
Right, Irene? See, I have a
Do
witness.
you go to church? Are you a church going girl? Do you go to church?
As much as I can, Mom.
She's there. Yeah, your
I
mom's
wanna go,
listening.
I want to
yeah.
go every day.
Yeah.
And then I went to Mary Lou's Academy, which is also an all-girl Catholic school, and then I went to St. John's University,
God
which
bless
is
you.
Catholic.
Great school. Yeah.
And my mom drove me my freshman year of college every day.
Oh, how cool
to
is
school,
that?
Because she's very strict.
Come on, that's
Yeah. I have
spectacular.
great parents. I love my parents.
Yeah. So
They're
your
amazing.
now they come from Ireland.
Yeah.
Where in Ireland did they come from?
My dad came from County Clare, and my mom was from County Galway, but they met over here in the Bronx. That's where they met.
That's great.
That's where they met and fell
That's
in
great.
love.
Tell me about your father. He's a carpenter.
Yeah.
How great
Oh,
is
you
that?
have a great memory. My
Oh,
father
yeah.
was a carpenter for decades at Macy's. Amazing. And he would do all the displays. And
He would build those.
Yes,
This
yes,
is great.
yes, yeah.
So tell me, but he would go back to County Clare,
yes. Oh, he built a house.
and he.
there.
This
Yeah,
is
with
great.
his bare hands.
He
built-
really did.
he
This is the way the guy relaxed.
Yeah,
I love
this
that.
is- every summer he would go back.
Yeah.
They would leave Queens, and he would go back every summer, and he would build this house in Ireland because the plan was for them to go back to Ireland. But then my mom said to my father, well, Jim, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Good.
Which is
That's
my
a
mom's
great accent. Let's
favorite
do it. Do your
expression.
mother. This is great.
Jim, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, Jim. We're not going back to Ireland. The economy's not good. We're staying here in Queens. But Mary, I'm building a house. I don't care what you're building, Jim.
This is great.
We're
Man.
not going. And we didn't go.
Oh Lord.
And thank goodness, because I wouldn't be here today with you. Right?
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you stayed. How did you go? Was it Inside Edition? Was that the first big break that you did, or would you do? And I
Oh,
should know
gosh,
this. I
no,
apologize.
No. My first break was I was working as an assistant executive in some PR company, and then I was out on some event, and I saw this media outlet called LI News Tonight, which was part of New York Institute of Technology on Long Island. And then there was News 12 there, and there was like Channel 2
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
yeah.
ABC. They were all there. And I said, oh my gosh, what are you? I've never heard of your station before. And they said, oh, well, we're really like a school. But we actually have this 15-minute broadcast on this religious channel, which is on cable on Long Island. And I said, really? Because I'd always wanted to be a reporter. My mom is obsessed with news, and that's how I got into reporting.
Yeah.
And so I quit my job, and I signed up for this course at LA News Tonight. And I was there for a semester. I put a tape together, and I sent it out. Well, nobody knows what a tape is anymore because everything's digital.
Video. It was a video. Yeah.
It was a
yeah.
VHS tape.
Yeah. Oh
And
Lord.
I sent it out to all places around the country that I was willing to go to, which was the East Coast, places that were warm because I didn't want to be in like the middle of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, in the snow all day.
You should tell me about Plantronics. What is a Plantonic?
No, it's Liftonic.
Plantronics is the headset that you wear before Bluetooth came around.
It's my favorite workout. Liftonic. It's
Oh,
in,
you were.
it's
She
in the
doesn't know.
meatpacking district.
No, because we were
There's
talking.
only
Oh,
one.
by the way, thank you for jumping on the phone. What day was that? It was Saturday. Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you called me. I had
Yeah.
just finished my workout at Liftonic.
So, because some guy, listen, and you listen, it's a 9:15. I'm sorry. There's so much news. It's all good. We're in good shape. Everybody relax, right? But I like to take a little deviation every now and then. So I'm down the shore with Mom.
I love Mom. How's Edith doing?
She's doing great.
How's my future mother-in-law?
Oh, you heard it first, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Oh, yeah. She's spectacular, by the way. So she's down there, and I go, then a strange guy came to the door and knocked on the door.
Yes.
What was that? Hey, is Joe here? And I go,
It wasn't just one.
No, there were two guys. You're right. And so, and it was nice. And everything. I go, who's this guy? And I had punched you up on the phone. And so I said to the guy, I'm talking to Diane McInerney on the phone. And that was great because he just let me go then. He just said, hey, great. Have a good time.
I love that you know how to pronounce my name. Most people don't.
Well, what would be the...
And I have to explain it. You know how I explain it?
Yeah.
When people... fumble over my name. I say, well, I'm like three people: Diane, Mac, and Ernie.
Mac and Ernie.
Yeah,
Very
and that's
nice.
how you remember
Very
it.
good.
It actually works. I didn't need to tell you that.
No, you know why? The Irish thing is great. I went to Ireland, and I really thought my ex was Irish, from County Cork, and not her family come from County Cork originally. So she kept saying, "Go to Ireland, go to Ireland." I'm going, "No, you got to go to Italy, man. You got to go to Italy because Italy really is warm. The Irish people are so warm, and I'm telling you, we talked. Diane, we talked about it. You said the food was. I'm telling you.
What did I say about the food? I said the food was spectacular.
It was great. It was great, though.
I may have said some things off the record. The potatoes are amazing.
Catch throughs and poobs.
Yes.
With that, you would go into these little bars, and the food was great. I'm telling you. And then I told you I ate a steak. I don't eat red meat. I said I'm gonna have a steak, and I said to the lady, "Where's this meat come from?" She pointed across the street to the cow. It was right there. It was all fresh. It was right there. I'm telling you.
Oh, poor cow.
That was great. So tell us about first. I asked you about the story you did yesterday about the Subway girl. That was hysterical.
Do you not and you got to meet Jessica,
Yeah.
Jessica George, and her amazing
How do you
family.
find those stories?
Frank.
Well, let's tell me about the story first. She was
Jessica George.
social media, right?
Yeah, Jessica George was she's a young girl who lives in New York, and she was trying to take a selfie on the subway, and there was a passenger who videotaped it, and he posted that video, and when he posted that video to Twitter, it went viral. It got more than 9 million hits, and she got a lot of great feedback. People saying, you go girl, you work it, you're obviously confident, you don't even care that you're on the subway and who's watching you. She did get some negative people who were saying not nice things about her, and they were saying, oh, you're a narcissist and you shouldn't do that, which she ignored. And the reason why I did this story, because it was more than just about the selfie, is because she didn't react to those negative comments. She was so proactive, and she tweeted out a message, let's all just uplift one another. And thank you so much for the positive feedback to those positive people. And so I reached out to her, and she said she was inundated with media calls and people wanting to talk to her. And I reached out to her on Instagram. I DM'd her, and I said, Jessica, I want to do this story. I want to interview you because it's not just about the selfie. It's about lifting each other higher. And I always tell my two daughters every single day, you always know who the strong women are in the room. They are the ones who are lifting each other higher and not tearing each other down. It's so important.
God bless
in this
you.
world.
Right. You're right.
There's way too many bullies out there.
She was great. So you got on the subway and you did a whole story about it. It was great.
So then she agreed to do it, and she wanted to bring Mom and Dad. So Dad
That was
Frank
great. The
and
whole
Mom
family was
Allison,
there.
and then Aunt Lisa.
That was the whole family I met.
The whole family came. And they were so sweet, and they loved you, by the way. They were so excited to meet
the
you.
The father was such a fan. He goes, I'm
Frank.
such a fan. As I talked with him, we chatted with him. I saw him a couple times, but it was nice that you allowed them into the. And you didn't get nervous or anything watching everybody you're doing that.
I enjoy it because we don't have a live audience.
Yeah,
so when someone wants to come and see the show, it's a wonderful experience.
Diane, I know you as we have a lot of fun, and you're a great person. I see you out there, and I love you for that. But I got to tell you, on the air, boom, that was exciting to watch. No, really, because I know that, and you're going, and you're live to literally millions of people.
Yes.
Out there.
We are, as I said, in case you didn't hear it, folks, we're the #1 news magazine show in America.
Inside Edition.
And
Inside
5 million people tune into our show
Holy moly.
every day.
Are you going to show a clip of the show? Because we could use some of that. 5 million. We have a lot of listeners, but not 5 million, I don't think so.
I'm sure you have way more.
Hey, Diane, great to have you here. You come back anytime.
Yeah, I would
Let
love
us be
to.
your go-to.
We have a great show coming up today.
What's up?
One is, if I could just plug it really quickly,
Yeah, please.
Baywatch Babes. So these Baywatch beauties, Celebrities, Donna D'Errico, and
I'll be
another one.
watching. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
it's going to come up today. And they were almost scammed. They were almost scammed. Yes, out of $300,000. And it doesn't happen to just celebrities. It happens to people just like us.
Wow.
So we're going to show people what you need to know.
All right,
So it doesn't
Diane.
happen to you.
Give your mom my best. I love it.
I
And your,
will.
your father, too. That is so
will.
great. Diane McInerney, Inside Edition. You got to check it out.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's great to see you. I'm so glad we caught up. And if you hear any inside line, anything news or anything, you can give us a call.
Absolutely.
Joe, this is coming up on
Yes.
Inside Edition. Right?
I
Can
will
we
be
do
your
that?
news
We could do
source.
that. Kind of a news source like that. Diane McInerney, thanks. And Debbie, that song out.
That's The Bachelors from
my favorite
1964.
group, The
Yeah.
Bachelors. I
That's
have
a
no idea.
beautiful song.
Yeah, well, listen, it's
That's my theme song.
It is.
you
Did
go.
you know that? You're too young to even remember that song. She had no idea who it was.
It is now. It's the theme song.
Hey, Dan, before we let you go, I forgot to ask you, Frankie Five Boroughs, being the astute producer that he is of this wonderful
He's
program.
amazing.
You-
Frankie is fabulous.
You know, you were with Bill Clinton at a softball game. It made page 6, and I meant to ask you about that. So you were playing in the game?
Well, I wouldn't call
For
it
the
play-
writers.
Just for the record, I wouldn't call it playing.
No, I'm sure.
No,
you
I
were.
had actually never played softball before, but I was invited to be a part of it because it's for charity. So I will do anything.
What
I
was
can
it,
if I'm
Frankie? What
available.
was it? Artists and writers?
Artists and writers, and she played for the writers.
Yes,
Okay.
I play for the writers.
Good,
I was
excellent.
invited to play my friend Erica Katz, who's also a lifestyle expert on our show. She invited me.
Yeah.
And I was about to practice because I've never played softball. Well, actually, I did play once when I was little, but my father would say, "Don't swing, Diane, don't swing," because I didn't know how to play. But fast forward, so I was invited to play, and I was about to practice to swing the bat because they let you practice before the game starts. And Erica comes over to me and she says, "Come over here right now." And I said, "No, I'm practicing." No, just drop everything. Come over here right now. And I said, "I can't." She goes, "Yes, you can. Turn around." And there was Bill Clinton. He just kind of parachuted onto the field with the Secret Service. And he was there to support the charity. But nobody was expecting him. He was there when he was governor of Arkansas. He did play.
Where was this?
This was in the Hamptons. It was in East Hampton.
Where are you hanging out in the Hamptons all the time? You're a Hamptons girl. Look at that.
I'm a Queens girl.
So, and he was nice. He was great. But it was right after, and not to be negative about it, but right after the Epstein thing. That's just when that was all breaking.
So there's a lot, a lot of controversy surrounding Bill Clinton right now, and if he was going to pop in at any time, it would not have been that time.
Yeah,
According
yeah.
to the folks who run the charity, nobody expected him to be there, and I even asked afterwards, and he was there, and he took lots of pictures with fans and everyone from children to grandparents.
He was okay then.
and
He was all right, yeah.
he was the umpire for a good part of the game, and then he left.
That was wild. He showed up. Somebody asked him just to show up, and I guess he did, right?
Well, he's been supporting the charity for years,
Yeah.
and I think they always reach out to him. But it's the type of game that you never know who's going to jump in. And they thought it was going to be Giuliani who was gonna,
Rudy was supposed to go there, yeah.
That's
cool.
because suddenly someone said we need 3 spots.
Yeah.
And then Secret Service came in. It was very last minute, and they thought it was for Rudy Giuliani. And then all of a sudden, Clinton appeared.
Interesting. But politically, you have to stay right in the middle because you're on Inside Edition and you don't want to go
I'm
one
a
way or the other.
journalist, yes.
Yeah, just like that. But you can't ask you want to ask the press. What do you do in a situation like that where it's nice and everything? I'm terrible at this. Hey, what about Jeffrey Epstein, Mr. President? Did someone ask him that? I hope they didn't because it would have been very inappropriate.
Nobody did it. He was surrounded by some folks who you would not have known were Secret Service because they were dressed up as baseball players.
Cool.
and
Yeah, they're
they just
great.
kinda,
They're
like,
great.
fit in.
Yeah.
But then you would see The Wire,
Yeah.
and people just wanted to take pictures with him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there for that long. And then once the game started, because he was able to take pictures for a short amount of time, and then they were saying like, "Well, we've got to start the game."
Yeah.
Had he not shown up, I think I would have won, or my team would have won, because I didn't get to practice.
Did you get a hit? Did you go up? Did you get up?
I did. I swung the bat.
I am a personal softball coach. Did you know that?
No.
No, yeah, I do that
Wow,
on the
that's
side.
amazing,
Sure,
really?
I'd be happy to do that for you.
Oh
for
no,
that.
see how gullible I am.
Diane McInerney, thanks. Inside Edition,
Thank
and we'll
you.
be watching it. Thanks. Great to have you with
Joe.
us. Thanks for
Great
hanging.
being here.
Yeah, and I know you're a great mom too. I love that
Aw,
about you too.
thank you.
Yeah,
You're a great
appreciate
dad.
it. Oh,
You're a
I'm
great
trying, my friend. Diane McInerney wants you to watch Inside Edition today. It's 3:00. It goes on CBS 2 in New York. What time?
7 o'clock tonight.
So you're in
7
the
o'clock
studio
Monday
till
through
then. Tell me,
Friday.
you got to hang because you may have to do a hit because of a live hit to CBS. Yes.
Not until that time.
Yeah.
We have feeds that go out.
Yeah.
In the last feed that
Love
goes
it.
out at 6 o'clock. But we go. We air in New York on CBS, even though we do the show live earlier
Yeah,
because there
yeah.
are stations around the country that take us.
Cool.
At that time. But we air on CBS Channel 2, 7 o'clock at night tonight.
Great.
Tune
Thank
in.
you. Okay, we'll be
Tune
tuning in. We'll
Be
sure.
one of the 5 million to tune in tonight.
5 million. Oh, God. Just like our radio audience. Hey, Scott Lebato's going to join us momentarily. We'll break down the news for you. But so far, tutto in ordine. Frankie, nothing breaking.